Judge Ray Wheless, candidate for Court of Criminal Appeals, Place 2.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be over here tonight. I think this is my 6th trip now to East Texas. I've been over here a lot, probably to East Texas more than any other part of the state. The reason for that is because I know that East Texas is important, but more importantly than that, I know that East Texas is the heart of conservatism. One of the interesting things about Judge Keel, when you heard her speak just now, she didn't say a word about conservatism. She didn't mention the word at all. She never does. You know why? Because she's from Houston. Houston, as we know, is not a bastion of conservatism. In fact, Judge Keel is married to a Democrat. Normally she puts that in her speech because she knows I'm going to bring it up. There's nothing wrong with being married to a Democrat. Her husband ran for judge in 2014 as a Democrat against a Republican incumbent. She ran for re-election as a Republican. He ran as a Democrat. Not only that, he said on his website that conservatives had destroyed the civil justice system and that if he was elected, he was going to correct that by being a judge, an activist judge. So, I sleep with the conservative Republican. Judge Keel sleeps with a Democrat. That's the difference between us. My wife is a conservative Republican. I was appointed by Rick Perry. She was appointed by Rick Perry. When I go home at night and I discuss issues with her about my cases at work, we talk about things from the standpoint of conservatism. That's the gamut. That runs everything. Judge Keel, when she wants to share with her significant other, she gets the views of a Democrat who gives her his insight about how the world should be. So, whenever I ran for re-election in 2014, my wife and I ran on the same Republican ticket with Governor Abbott. Judge Keel's husband ran with Wendy Davis, part of Battleground, Texas. The reason that's important is that the reason we have this opportunity to run now is because the incumbent in this race, Larry Myers, was elected in 1992 as a Republican. After 20 years, he switched to the Democratic Party. He's our only statewide Democrat office holder. And I started running against him over a year ago. In January a year ago, I started running against him to take out the only statewide Democrat office holder. It's not really a bad thing to be a Democrat unless you vote like a Democrat, and he votes like a Democrat. In the case involving Tom DeLay, he dissented solely because he accused the majority of playing politics. He was the one playing politics. He's the Democrat. Same thing with Rick Perry. He accused the majority on that court of playing politics. Once again, we know that that was a Democrat case. We know that was instituted and promulgated by Democrats down in Austin. Judge Myers dissented in that case and accused the majority of playing politics. I've been a judge for 15 years. Before that, I was in private practice for 20 years. I'm the only candidate that has a background in private practice. I went to UT Law School, the top law school in Texas. Whenever I got out of law school, I started my own practice in Collin County. I was a precinct chairman, I was an election judge, I was vice chairman of the party. I helped throw out all the Democrats in Collin County. I got one left, and that's Judge Myers, and I'm going to get rid of him. So I was very involved in the party over there. I've been appointed by 3 different Republican governors during my time in the party. I'm chairman of the Specialized Courts Advisory Council to Governor Greg Abbott now. Before that, I was chairman of the Specialized Courts Advisory Council to Governor Rick Perry. I was appointed to the Texas Parental Rights Advisory Council panel, and I was appointed by Governor Bill Clements to the Texas Chiropractic Commission as a public member. In 1989, I took the test to become board certified in personal injury trial law. The next year, I went back and took the test to become board certified in civil trial law. In 2007, I took the test in criminal law. Now, there's no requirement that judges do this. In fact, the majority of judges in Texas are not board certified. The majority of lawyers in Texas are not board certified. There are 90,000 lawyers in Texas, only 7,200 are board certified in any area. Less than 2% of all lawyers are board certified, double board certified. I'm in that small category. During my 35 years career as a lawyer and a judge, I've only known 3 lawyers that had triple board certifications. 3, that's it, out of 35 out of all the lawyers that I know. It's extremely rare to have 3 certifications. Judge Keel doesn't even have 2. Judge Keel could have taken an exam in criminal appellate law. She chose not to, or maybe she did, I don't know. The certification for this court that's appropriate would be criminal appellate law. Neither one of us are board certified in criminal appellate law, but you don't need to be. Judge Keel tells you about her background and experience, all of her appellate work. She says that qualifies her to be on the Court of Criminal Appeals, and it does. My background as a lawyer for 20 years and as a judge for 15 years qualifies me to be on the Court of Criminal Appeals. When I started this race, leading up to March 1st, there were 16 lawyers running for the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals and the Texas Supreme Court. either already on the court or running for those courts. Out of all of those people, I was the only one that had 2 board certifications. Currently on the Texas Supreme Court, 7 of the 9 justices are not board certified in any area. On the Court of Criminal Appeals, 4 of the judges are not board certified in any area. So this board certification is a red herring to detract from the real issue. The real issue is that Judge Keel is not a conservative, and she is not supported by conservatives. You can pull out this brochure and take a look at it. Every conservative group in Texas has endorsed me. And the reason for that is because I'm the known, recognized conservative. All of these groups have endorsed me. I have so many I can't put them on there. Brian Hughes has endorsed me. I have so many people from Collin County. Everyone in my county's endorsed me. County judge, all the county commissioners, all the state reps, the sheriff, the DA, all the constables. And that's all the counties around me. And that's because I'm the recognized conservative. If you get away from Houston, Judge Keel doesn't really have any endorsements. I think someone in Llano endorsed her, but her endorsements are all in the Houston area, Montgomery County, right next door. I'm the recognized conservative. I believe in the Constitution. I'm a constitutional conservative, and if I am elected to this court, I will rule like a constitutional conservative. I served in the military for 4 years. I was in the Air Force. My son's currently going to the University of Texas on the GI Bill. You know why? Because I didn't use my VA benefits when I was in the Air Force. I saved them. I've worked and I put my way through college, and I saved my VA benefits. So now, this Saturday night, I'm going down to Austin. My son's on the Dean's List, and he's going to be inducted into the Honor Society because of the military benefit program that I saved for my son that the commander was talking about. Some of y'all heard me talk before. No one in my family ever graduated from high school before. I dropped out in the 10th grade and went to work in the oil fields. I joined the Air Force, took the GED test, went to school at night. In 4 years, I completed 3 years of college. I applied to one law school, UT, got in. That was it for me. I didn't need to apply anywhere else. Judge Keel went to the University of Texas undergrad, but she ended up going to the University of Houston. I'm not ashamed to admit that I didn't study hard for that test. I have children. She and I both took our board certification test early in our careers, hers in 1990, mine in 1989 and 1990. I have children now. I have a job now. And I like to hunt and fish. And so studying for this test is not a priority for me. I'm signed up for it to take it again this year. When it gets right down to it, I'm going to follow my wife's advice this time. And if I'm not ready to take it, I'm not going to take it. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your vote. Remember, for the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals, Judge Keel has this little saying. I've got one in response for that. Keel for this court is a bad deal. And Judge Ray for the CCA. Thank you.